What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique. I am the hardest working man in sports and gaming, and I'm also a fight guy. And I got to talk to you about Deontay Wilder. We already did the recap, and it was immediately after the fight, so we had a chance to talk about it. But clearly, whenever a fight of this magnitude concludes, there is that discussion that happens afterwards. I had a lot of things to say. I still have more things to say about this, and I'll probably pump out a few more videos just to kind of wrap this whole thing up. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to address Deontay Wilder's I want to be fair, right? I want to say I'm not going to use the E word. Well, at least not yet. I ain't gonna promise that I won't say the E word throughout this entire video. But I want to give what he said was his reason. Or if I do use the E word, I say his explanation for his loss and his performance against Tyson Fury on Saturday in Las Vegas. For anybody that doesn't know, you've been living under a proverbial rock and you didn't find out what happened. Deontay Wilder was knocked out, lost his WBC heavyweight title via 7th round TKO. His corner threw the towel in. We're going to talk about that as well. Mark Breland, former world champion, Olympic medalist, was in his corner, been in his corner for years. He threw in the towel because Deontay, in his mind and in my mind, just didn't look right anymore, like he was done. So Deontay today spoke with Yahoo Sports' Kevin Iole, and he talked about why he lost and what he considered to be the issue. So I'm going to put this on the screen. Wilder said the reason he see which one of these is like, okay, so Wilder blew. I don't even know what to say, guys. I don't know. Wilder says that he lost this fight because his legs were weakened because of what he wore to the ring. So I'm put it on the screen right now. If you didn't see the fight, this is what Deontay came to the ring in. Hey, I don't know. I'm at the time when he walked in, my thought of it was like he looked like a medieval transformer or something, or I don't know. Like some people say, like Shredder. It was a strange get up, but you know what? Hey, if you knock somebody out, it becomes a good thing. I don't know, but this is what he wore. And he's going to he gives an explanation of what his mindset was, why he chose this outfit. He doesn't call it an outfit. We're going to get into that, but he goes into what his thought process was behind this. All right. So he says, Wilder said the reason he went with the outfit he did was to create a memorable night of entertainment for his fans, but it backfired on him. This is a quote. Wilder says, he didn't hurt me at all, but the simple fact is that my uniform was way too heavy for me. Wilder told Yahoo Sports by telephone. I didn't have no legs from the beginning of the fight. In the 3rd round, my legs were just shot all the way through. But I'm a warrior, and people know that I'm a warrior. It could easily be told that I didn't have legs or anything. A lot of people were telling me it looked like something was wrong with you. Something was. But when you're in the ring, you have to bluff a lot of things. I tried my best to do so. I knew I didn't have the legs because of my uniform. I was only able to put it on for the first time the night before, but I didn't think it was going to be that heavy. It weighed 40-something pounds with the helmet and all the batteries. I wanted my tribute to be great for Black History Month. I wanted it to be good, and I guess I put that before anything. He goes on to say, we'll go on that in a second, because this is about Mark Breland and stopping the fight. So first of all, I got to address this. That's not a uniform. A uniform is something that you wear to work because you have to, because there is somebody that says, in order to come to work here, you have to wear this. A uniform is the tan pants and red shirt you see the people wear at Target. A uniform is what the Lakers wear, and they wear the purple and the gold because this is what they have to wear. What Deontay Wilder wore to the ring was a choice he made to do whatever he was trying to do. Also, I'm gonna bring this back up. I don't see nothing about this that says Black history. I'm sorry. Maybe if the little symbol on the chest had been a Harriet Tubman or something, or You know, he had Martin Luther King on one glove, Malcolm X on the other glove, and maybe on the shoulder you had Frederick Douglass, or and then on his other shoulder you had George Washington Carver, Mansa Musa on the back. None of that's nowhere. This is skulls, some shoulder pads, some sequins, a helmet or crown, and some lit eyes. I'm trying to find where the Black history is in it. So I'm struggling with that part. That part is it's escaping me. Let's just say that. I don't, and honestly, I want to say, and some people are saying this online. You're seeing some other members of boxing media who are responding and talking about this. I've heard it called as the worst single excuse ever given after a championship fight. My walkout outfit was too heavy and it made me tired. I have been covering boxing for over 10 years. I've been following it for over almost 40. I've never heard anybody say this. To me, is almost up there with Peter McNeely saying, and this wasn't an excuse, but just in the terms of crazy things I've heard boxers say, this is right up there with him saying that Mike Tyson's somebody was going to take a big dump in their pants. Like, it's like right in the same area of ridiculousness. This is one of those things that even if you thought this, there is no way in the world I would say this in public, because you have to know that there is no way at all in the world that somebody is going to receive this comment in a way that there's no way that it's almost like you tell somebody, you know, you're like, if I told you the truth, you wouldn't believe it. That's what this is. Because first of all, it does not sound like the truth. It sounds like a guy who has been winning his whole career and simply does not know how to lose. He doesn't know how to accept it. He's just so uncomfortable with the concept that he just doesn't know how to lose. And he can't publicly admit that this guy just beat him this night. So he has to find this other excuse. Even during the immediate post-fight interview, he said, I'm not going to make an excuse. But he started talking about how his leg was messed up, how he had a lot of stuff going on, but I'm not going to make an excuse. And then I guess after getting to sit on it for 24 to 48 hours, he comes up with my uniform was heavy. And then he mentioned the batteries, y'all. Boy, they must have been D batteries. What's going on? I cannot, man. I can't go. I just can't go. I am the guy who said that Deontay Wilder was the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And it wasn't because I felt that he was super skilled or anything like that. I just felt that with the single weapon that he has with the right hand, it's not even the single weapon because he has great length and height. He's also got a good chin. We saw that against Tyson Fury because lesser guys probably would have stayed down and gotten beaten up earlier than the 7th round. And their corner wouldn't have had to stop them. They just wouldn't have got up, or they wouldn't have answered the bell for maybe the 6th round or the 5th round. Deontay has heart, he has a chin, and Lord knows he can crack. So my thought of it is if you take that exact same skill set and you put it in any weight class and you have that power that he has, I still felt like he was the guy. Obviously, he just got exposed. It's easy to say all that. This is how people get knocked off the top of pound-for-pound list. They lose. So I don't regret saying it. I don't think I made a mistake saying it. I think he just lost. But to come out here and say that you feel that you lost because your uniform was too heavy, that makes me sad. That makes me feel some type of way. I just can't go. So even more than that, well, not even more than that, the other angle of this, and also in the story with Kevin Iole, is we're talking about the fact that Mark Breland stopped the fight. And apparently this was an agreement that he'd had with everybody in his corner about that. He never wants that to happen. So he says, I am upset with Mark for the simple fact that we've talked about this many times and it's not emotional. Wilder said, It is not an emotional thing. It's a principle thing. We've talked about this situation many, many years before this even happened. I said, as a warrior, as a champion, as a leader, as a ruler, I'm not sure what he rules, but I get it. When we're in our machismo thing, I got it. I want to go out on my shield. If I'm talking about going in and killing a man, which is I've told y'all in the recap, that's an issue that I have because he continues to say that and bring that kind of thing up. He says, I respect the same way. I think he meant I expect people to come at me the same way. I abide by the same principle of receiving. I'm going to read that again and see if I can understand. I abide by the same principle of receiving. So I told my team to never, ever, no matter what it may look like, to never throw the towel in with me because I'm a special kind. I still had 5 rounds left. No matter what it looked like, I was still in the fight. I respect that toughness. I really do. But I even more respect Mark Breland's decision to defy him. Because at the end of the day, man, trainers, referees, and all the ringside doctors and all this, those people are in place to protect the fighters from themselves. That's the whole point. Because fighters are a different breed, different kinds of people. You don't fight for a living if you're a regular guy or girl. It's just, it don't work that way because everybody's not built and cut out to be a fighter. But at the same token, those people who are hired to be in those positions are in place to protect you from that place that you might go where you don't do what's best for you. And I understand what Deontay's saying, and he goes in a little bit deeper. He says, I understand he was looking out for me and trying to do what he felt was right, but this is my life and my career, and he has to accept my wishes. No, he does not necessarily. He can not accept your wishes and face the consequences, which from what it sounds like, he's saying he's going to fire Mark Breland and get rid of him, or either at the very least, he won't be in the corner with him. He'll relegate him to only helping and assisting and training in the gym. It is up to Mark Breland as to whether or not he wants to accept that demotion. You know, Breland obviously has to care about Deontay at this point. You know, they've been together for a long time. Deontay's got a wife. He's got, I think, 9 kids. Man, if something happens to you beyond a regular beating, it impacts more than just you. That obviously, this is his family, that's his people. It's up to him to think about that more so than Mark Breland. But if I'm Mark Breland and I'm your trainer and I'm seeing you're getting beat the way Deontay was getting beat on Saturday night and seemingly doesn't have a chance to win, I got to make that decision, because if something bad happens, I don't want to have to sleep with that. I don't want to have to live with the fact that I could have stopped this fight. We're looking at people like James Buddy McGirt, who is a Hall of Fame trainer, big time trainer, but he was in Makhachev's, I think is the Russian fighter who just passed away. He was in his corner. Patrick Day's trainer was in his corner. He had to make the decision. He has to live with the fact that he saw his fighter being hurt and he could have stopped it and he didn't. I'm not going to allow myself to be that guy. And if you feel that you got to let me go afterwards, that's your decision. But this was my decision, and I did what I felt that I could live with. So I understand Mark Breland for sure. I do not understand. I understand Deontay. I just don't agree with him in any of these situations. I believe that, you know, he should respect his trainer looking out for him. And I also think he should have kept this thing about his uniform to himself. I just got to say. But I had to share this with you guys because it was out there. I appreciate you watching as always. God bless and peace.